Ladies, are you struggling with night sweats, hot flashes during the day, you're not sleeping well, your libido is down, you're gaining belly weight? There's a bit of a list, but those are the top few associated with being menopausal or perimenopausal. And I wanted to talk to you today because this is an area that I have been specializing and my team has been specializing in for decades. When I've been a clinician for over 30 years, so now I'm in menopause, but obviously when I started in practice, I was not. And I was more focused on, certainly, I was happy to have successfully turned around my female health issues at that time in my life, which was terrible menstrual cramps and migraines and PMS and the things that are more associated with younger women and their hormone imbalances. But I definitely started learning from my patients who were older than I was about the variety of things they were suffering with, and they're coming in and they're drenched and then they're freezing, and then they're like, at night my husband doesn't know what to do with me, I'm turning on the air conditioning, I'm throwing off the covers, he's literally in a turtleneck, a hat and gloves. These are the stories I was hearing, and there's that misery. I've gained 30 pounds out of nowhere. All I did was go into menopause. It's the only thing that changed. And also my mental clarity. My family's making fun of me. My memory's not good anymore. I'm worried I'm going to lose my job. There's a lot of things that go along with menopause and this transition. And menopause is just supposed to be a pause in menstruation. That's all it's supposed to be. And Mother Nature has created our bodies such that just because the ovaries are slowing down in their production so that we're no longer fertile and able to make babies, that doesn't mean that hormone production stops. And that's a lot of what I wanted to talk about, because you go to the average gynecologist and they go, well, you're in menopause, I don't want to give you anything. It's a normal transition, you can try this or try that. And they don't really give you a roadmap of what you can truly do to get past these symptoms. And in a perfect world, if the adrenal glands that make hormones after you're through menopause, they sort of pick up the slack, and so does the brain. The fat cells make some. If everything was optimally functioning, all menopause would be was, I stopped menstruating. That's really the whole commentary that's supposed to be associated with it. Nothing more. Not all this miserable stuff we just mentioned earlier. So where is the disconnect? And that's what I want to talk to you about, is the fact that there is a disconnect. There is a reason why your body's creating these symptoms, and it's not just, well, now you're age blah, and that means you're menopausal, which means now you suffer. No, yeah, this is your age and you're menopausal, but suffering, no, we should take that off the table. That's not part and parcel of being a certain age and no longer being fertile. It does not constrain you to a life of misery, fatigue, insomnia, weight gain, loss of mental clarity, memory, etc. So what we do here at Root Cause is we identify the root cause of how you got there. And I'm asked so often, and I know I'll hear this comment from this video as well, it's like, you didn't tell me what to do, you didn't tell me what to take. And I get it. And if there was, take this, I would tell you to take that. But it's different for different women. And it's not just so much a take, but it's a do, and it's unraveling how you got there. And if that sounds too complex to you, fine. This is not for everyone. But if you really, think about it. Maybe, you're watching this because you have a girlfriend who's in menopause and you're not quite yet, or your mom's in menopause. I remember, when my mom went through menopause, we all were just was like, what's wrong with her? She was a lot older than me, so I was quite young when she was going through it. She had me quite late in life, and I was just like, what's wrong with mom? And nobody really had an answer. That's not the way it's supposed to be. So whether it's you or a woman what I want to tell you is that first of all, you can measure hormonal levels with accuracy and see what the hormones are doing via a blood test that's properly done. Number two, through your health history and what's been occurring, we can figure out why the body is not making enough hormones naturally, and see what we can do to upregulate or support those parts of the body, and see if they can take up the job that they're supposed to be doing with some assistance. Or maybe you're someone like me who's, type A and high stress and, has been doing this forever, and the adrenal glands that are supposed to take up the lion's share of hormones once you're no longer fertile, mine were terrible in my 20s. So I didn't have great expectations. I've treated them well over the decades, but I certainly didn't have great expectations that they were certainly, somehow going to be very robust when I hit 50. So, and sure enough, they needed assistance. But what assistance do you need? That's what we figure out. And if it's adrenal, if it's thyroid, if it's that the body burden of toxins has accrued over the years and we need to unburden that. Is it gut health? There's a lot of different things to look at. The function of your liver. So it's not complicated. It's not scary drugs. It's not scary surgery, but it's a program tailored to you. And this is not for everybody, and I totally get that. But I also have a lot of respect and love for women and all that we go through. And what's not okay is to hit late 40s, 50, and then suddenly your whole life, how you function, alters to the negative, and then you're supposed to enjoy that for the next 3-4 decades. Almost another half your life you're supposed to be miserable. I don't think so. That it's not necessary. So if this is for you, please give us a call. If it's for someone you know of, just pass it along to them, because this is an important subject. We need ideal hormone levels, and this is men and women, by the way, for our brain to function. Every cell in your brain has receptor sites for sex hormones. And so that depletion that a lot of us go through, it is going to affect brain function and brain health. And I think we can all agree that that's something that we would really like to hold on to. Your waistline too, but maybe if you had to choose, you'd say, I want to be cognitively alive, alert, good memory, etc. So I wanted to just review in basic our program. I'm going to be talking about specific symptoms in more videos, but reach out to our website, which is Root Cause Medical Clinics, that's plural.com. We have a clinic in California as well as Florida, but we do telemedicine across the country, and we would be delighted to work with you and really get to the root cause of why you have these symptoms and set you up for sustained great health and stable hormones the whole rest of your life. You deserve that.